Can you hear dinosaurs in the air? Munchkin so far is very excited. Munchkin is very, very excited. Want to see the tops, Munchie? Which way should we go? Should we go see which one do you want to see first, Munchie? That one? Okay. Let's go this way, Munch. Come on. It is wet, ma'am. Hello, the Kanubitu King Bit Gaming. So we are at Arrowhead Farm. And Lara, they have the T-Rex toothbrushing at 3. It's one of the live events today. So if we want the T-Rex teeth brushing, we can do that. Who's that, Munchie? There's a dino. Whoa! How about this one, Munch? Deinonychus? We've got a Deinonychus, Munchkin. Yeah, you can Deinonychus, named Terrible Clawed. Right down there at the base of it, you can see the claw. Queen Supreme? Is that the Crafty Collective? Welcome on in. Raiders, how are y'all doing? Queen Supreme, how was the stream? Tell me all the things. Happy 1 year anniversary to the Crafty Collective. Folks, do go check out Queen Supreme Doom if you've not already. Maker and crafter extraordinaire, prime ministers of Canada, and more. Queen Supreme, how was the stream? What are you up to today? If the mods wouldn't mind getting Queen Supreme a quick shout out, guys, do go check her out. My name is Balint, 1/3 of SciAnts streams. The other 2/3 are Lita and the Munchkin, who are right in front of me. Lita and I are research scientists, PhDs in molecular biology, and we do science content here on stream every day on Twitch. And today, we're seeing some dinosaurs at a farm of all places. All right, wait, Munchie. Where's Kyla? Oh, yeah, Ankylosaur right there. We've got a Spinosaurus here. Piscivore, so fish eater, aquatic creature, 20 foot long by 8 feet tall. Late Cretaceous time period. Munchkin, y'all, is very excited. It was either going to be oh no, she does not like the dinosaurs, or oh goodness me, she likes the dinosaurs. And I think we've got a hit in liking the dinosaurs, y'all. A Wild Cats, welcome in. Let's see, we did introduce new features to the community, celebrated its speed runs. Nice, Queen Supreme. Cactus Jack, this is in Jersey. This is actually not a theme park at all. This is a farm of all places. And y'all can see they've got a bunch of tulips. So there is a tulip festival going on now. And part of the tulip festival is, like, they have dinosaurs. They've got 30 different dinosaurs here. I found this place on accident on Instagram. So we have a Quetzalcoatlus, 6 foot tall carnivore, wetlands, late Cretaceous time period. I know, Rosie. I think these are genetically engineered dinosaurs, and in particular, the genetic engineering has made their temperament quite nice. So they're not very aggressive. They're small barriers, able to have them be as good as they can. We started, y'all. We walked in a little bit, but there were velociraptors right at the entrance, and the velociraptors were actually feathered. So they've got a fair bit of accuracy in terms of the science so far. Hi, Call Me Cap. Thank you for the streakage. Moxie, welcome in. Moxie, how was your take, by the way? Panther, this is in the United States of America. Welcome on in. Great to have you here. Munchkin was very excited to see the Ankylosaur. She calls the Ankylosaur Kyla. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. There's the Ankylosaurus model, and it looks like Munchkin is very, very excited. Hi, Munchie. Munchkin, what do you think about the Ankylosaur? Hi, Tunic. What dino is that, Munch? What dino is that? Yes, Moxie, it'll be a good one. Yo, Munchkin is offering food, saying eat for the dino. What do you think, Munchkin, about the Kyla? Hi, Ella. What do you think about the Ankylosaur? Cool, huh? Got some Carnosaurus there. You want to go check those out too, Munchie? Maybe we should walk around, Munchkin, to get to the Carnosaurus. Yeah, we got to walk this way. You can't walk through the flowers. Munchie could become in the get it. Hi, Morgana. Welcome in, madame. So yeah, for those wondering, we're at a farm today that also celebrates a love of dinosaurs. And we're having a great time. Munchkin's very excited, y'all. We've been watching the promotional videos for this place, and there's a song that they've got about brushing T-Rex teeth. And y'all, there is a T-Rex toothbrushing that we're gonna sit in on. Yeah, these are quite large. There's a descriptor on like what their natural height would be. Oh, come on, Munch. And they did nail it down, like it's that same height. So they made like a 1-to-1 models for these.
And also, hey y'all, I just turned my mic on. Hopefully you can hear me. I am very impressed at the detail that they put into these models. We haven't figured out the origin of it, the history of it. So this is the dinosaur exhibit that they have, runs for a month, and it's coincident with their tulip festival. So we will also have to talk about tulip science at least a little bit because tulips are amazing. But I mean, it's beautiful and scenic, but good heavens, I don't know how the two pair, and it is, I wasn't sure what to expect, but I have to say, the thought that they put into it, I mean, obviously they've taken some artistic and creative liberties, but I think that's reasonable.
Hold this for a second.
So,
Wow, music.
sorry, Balint just handed this off to me. Munchkin is directing Balint on which dinosaurs to go look at. So I think we're gonna go over here. There's a raptor in their tulips. Yeah. We actually passed the raptors upon our entryway. I don't think we were live yet for that, but I'm sure we'll loop back. I have to say, it is very pretty. It is more exciting. I mean, I get excited about tulips and I get excited about dinosaurs. So I suppose I'm more excited about dinosaurs in a tulip field. Raptors need to make sure they tiptoe through the tulips. The dinosaurs do seem to be very respectful of the flowers. I have to admit, y'all, it is cool at a distance seeing some of these dinosaurs just
like turn back
cruising around.
View.
Balint wants me to turn around. We're gonna pan around slowly so I try not to make anybody motion sick. But you know, y'all, we just have some dinosaurs hanging. Just some dinosaurs hanging out in the tulips with a tractor in the background. I'm gonna swing back around and check out. Oh, thought I lost Balint for a moment, y'all. Okay, well, since I'm driving for a moment, everybody, and we're not super close to a dinosaur right now, thought we could talk about tulips for a minute. Does anybody want to talk about tulips? Tulips are really cool. They have an interesting history, which I have a superficial knowledge about, so I apologize. You know, more of a science rather than history lady, but I do know tulips originated in Asia. But that's not really, at least in our minds, usually what we associate with tulips. You know, they started in Asia originally, cultivated and brought over to the Ottoman Empire, and from there they made their way to Europe. I think that was like the 16th century. So it took a moment, but in the 17th century, there was I think they call it tulip mania, I think is the term that people use for it. But tulips were considered so beautiful and so exotic that there started to be actual speculation on tulips as an investment. And so the price of tulips they were already expensive because they were considered exotic. But there was this, some people say it is the first case of inflationary speculation, as it were, sort of the beginnings as markets like that were beginning to develop. So people were spending just wild amounts of money on tulips. Tulip futures, right? Don't let Balint know you're talking about tulips. I know this is what happens. I do warn him. He knows that when he hands me the mic and the camera, there's a fair chance I'm going to talk about trees or at least plants. It does happen. It does happen. And hopefully he doesn't have his mic on so you can't hear him sighing in exasperation. This was the entrance, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we'll catch up to Balint in a minute, but I will just comment that I think tulips are really neat for a couple of different reasons. I mean, they're a pretty flower, but they're able to reproduce in 2 independent ways. Lots of plants are able to do it, but it's still a really neat process. So they can undergo sexual reproduction, making seeds and relying on pollinators to make offspring that are genetically diverse from them. But they're also bulbed plants. So if in the fall you wanted to dig up your tulips and overwinter them because maybe they're not hardy for your climate, for instance, you dig up not really a root system that you think of for a lot of plants, but they're just actual bulbs. We're going to zoom in a little bit so I hope wind is not too crazy for y'all. Anyway, so the neat thing about these bulbs is it's a second way for them to reproduce. It's more energetically costly for them to reproduce this way, but they'll store energy in their bulbs and eventually they can bud and make a new bulb. And that will create a whole new flower with its own little root system, and it is genetically identical to that tulip, which makes it great. Ooh, sorry, y'all, we're drifting. It makes it great for cultivation for farmers who want to have be able to propagate identical tulips. And I think it's kind of cool that you can get both. I wonder how those dinosaurs are moving. Must be rechargeable batteries. They have generators running here and there, so I don't know if it's battery. I suspect it might be generators. We've been passing a few small, like gas-powered generators running. Okay, we're gonna meander over, y'all. The little baby teeth, which I'm sure Munchkin was excited for. Oh, sorry, I forgot to zoom out, y'all. They also have tulips for sale because it is the Tulip Festival. So I might have to come home with a couple of tulips, right? To remember the dinosaurs. Because that makes sense. I'm gonna try to power up here to get a hold of Balint and Munchkin. And she was excited for tops, triceratops, or really any of the ceratopsids, because she's not great at telling the difference. It seems to be her favorite kind of dinosaur. She calls them all tops. And all of her favorite plushies are of triceratops, and her favorite Fisher-Price Little People is the triceratops. She's very excited for them. Did I hear a roar? There are some audios here too, and she is telling us to look at something. I'm going to pass you guys off to Balint for a minute. Balint, do you want to take over? I think there were a few questions in chat for you that maybe you saw.
No, I did not. Hi, everybody. Did y'all take a look at the T-Rex, Munchie? We saw the T-Rex. Come on, Munch, let's go see the tops. All right, y'all, there's a Triceratops Baba here, too. Also, hello, Mr. Eugene P. Levity. So this one's our Triceratops. 30 feet long by 10 foot tall. Forest habitat, herbivore, late Cretaceous. Munch wants to go see it. Sounds like other ones, too. I'm not sure. I do think they have LS and plushies, though. Who's that, Munchkin?
Okay, you want to go back to it?
I know, do we know? She was having a good chuckle, y'all, at seeing tops. Yeah, I think they've got dinos too, if she wanted a dinosaur. Okay, well, we'll continue zooming around. Hey, nerd, do we know? Dinosaur Dave. We will take a closer look at each of these animatronic dinos, I promise. Munchie is zipping us around. So we got to do a little bit of a whirlwind to check out, and then we'll take a look at them as well. T-Rex here. Well, Dinosaur Dave, we're doing a T-Rex toothbrushing event in a little bit. So there's 30, Moxie. There's 30 dinos on display. And actually, one mistake, if y'all are, of course, interested, is that there's a lot of evidence to show that younger tyrannosaurs actually had feathers. They lost over time. So while the adult of some tyrannosaurs was not feathered, the young were. It is, yeah, nor do we know, it's only for a month. They're having a tulip festival, and during the tulip festival, they put out the dinosaurs. Come on, yes, Munchie is here. Munchkin is here, Mon, and she's having a great time. You just missed her laughing, getting to meet the Triceratops for the Muncherino. So Munchkin needs a snack break, so Lita's gonna go get her some snacks. Hi, Munchie. Check out the rest of the area. They do have a dino teeth brushing show that is coming up. Yeah, this is the view that we've got here. Munchkin, that's a very large pile of rocks. For us, Moxie, it was like an hour drive. Dino, I feel like that's too many rocks. There's just a big spot. There is actually a little dinosaur dig area. Check out. Thank you, MJ Builds. Appreciate you being here. Lita comes over. We'll continue our little through the area. See some of the other dinosaurs too. Yeah, Munch? The Triceratops over there. You see Tops? You want to say hi to Tops again? No? Holy heck. MJ Builds, thank you for the 5 gifted. MJ Build, thank you for the 5 gifted. And Hogan, thank you for the 1,000 biddies, y'all. 100 biddies. Sorry. Thank y'all very much for the biddies and for the gift subs. MJ Builds and Hogan. Oh, Moxie, thank you for the 100 bits as well. Thank you, Moxie. I'll take a little stroll through. You give her a snack. I figured she's just digging. I'll go look around, Lita, if that's okay. Right back. Gemstones. Supreme, thank you for the 100 bits. So there's a neat gemstone educational location here. It's like the bag of mining, rough enriched with gemstones around the world. Pour part of the mining bag into the screen and then drop them and watch the gemstones pop out of here. Looks like the Casima 73, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, they've got some amber here, it looks like, too. Shark teeth, ICAP crabs, sea urchins, fossilized stones, all things that can pop out here. So we might see if Munchkin's interested in doing this. Yeah, they've got a great display. See what else they've got in this area. I think this is where the show is going to be. Hayfield Pemberley, hi, thank you for the 100 biddies. This is where the Dino show will be. We'll be here in a little bit for the T-Rex teeth brushing. There's allegedly, y'all, a build your own dinosaur setup here that I think would be really cool to check out, especially if you can see a sign for which this dinosaur is, but she's protecting her eggs. Guys, thank y'all again for the hype train. It does help us cover the admission costs for the day. Go to the rest of the field too. Got the dinosaurs in here. See what Munchkin's up to afterwards. If y'all like this, this is again for 1 month of the year. Accidentally saw it either on Facebook or Instagram. I can't remember. There is a I think it's the Velociraptors at the front or Utah Raptor. Now I can't remember which one they labeled it as, but they did in fact they included feathers in the model, which I think is really cool. Prince Didi builds. Didi, I don't know if you heard, they are doing the T-Rex toothbrushing in a little less than an hour. And it's going to be a live show. So we'll take y'all to see the T-Rex toothbrushing. But the tulips are in beautiful bloom as well. We are good, Didi. Munchkin's having a snack. Otherwise, she was she's been very excited. I think her favorite one so far was Ankylosaurus. We got the Stegosaurus, late Jurassic creature. Hi, Winsing. Y'all, I really had no idea what to expect from these models. Like, half of me thought it was just gonna be like an already broken down like display, but no, like they did a great job. And again, a lot of these that are meant to have feathers already actually have them. So in terms of like how accurate that these can be, they're pretty good. Take y'all on over again to see some of the other dinosaurs, but like again, the raptors that they had feathers too. We've got the Baba Stegosaurus. Legion. Yeah, y'all, this is so weird, but I love it so much. It's like, why is there a tulip festival with dinosaur statues? And it's like, I think Lita said it right. Why isn't there? Here you can kind of see like a little lay of the land. So we've got the T-Rex and the Triceratops over there. We've got the Brachiosaur, and there's a bunch of dinosaurs like behind the tent as well. We haven't taken a close look yet at like the Pachycephalosaurus, and there was like a Brontosaurid over there too. Yeah, there's 30 different dinosaurs. It is Arrowhead Farm. And Didi builds, this is just for you. Didi, please do not touch the dinosaurs. Didi builds, safety first, Didi, safety first. These are wild animals at the end of the day, Didi builds, and even though your status as prince can never be revoked, we ask that you do not touch the dinosaurs. Don't you dare me, Smikes. Smikes, we don't need to be like these big-time streamers who violate the law. Hi, Anders. There's actually a person yesterday who ran a red light live on stream because she was reading the chat, and she said it's okay because she does that all the time. Don't do that, chat. First of all, don't break the law. Second of all, don't stream it. Third of all, if you're having 4,000 people watch, don't then laugh it off and say you do it all the time. Because I can't read. Hogan, you're funny. Hogan? I mean, you are kind of funny, Hogan, but that's not funny of that because I already know you can read. Hogan, how else would you know? That is a TOS, Smike sees, yes, but she's not been banned yet. The tulips, too. I saw Smike was saying rude things about and disparaging things about tulips and my love of tulips. I'll have you know, Smike, those are my favorite flowers. They are precious memories of me and my mom growing up as a kid. I'll not have you disparage tulips, professor of the Smike sees. It's flood irrigation. It's also been raining a lot, Wombat. So, like, the ground is totally soaked. But there's a couple of varieties and like a nice bloom. Oh, nice. Well, see, Queen Supreme, perfect timing, madame. Jadivati. Tulips are dino. Jaded, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that Smike Seas has talked to you. Ants are wasps and dinos are tulips. It's like we've got some feathers on these dinos. We'll go over in a second and check out which one they are. But here we'll loop around. So guys, the Druid Queen is in his house, Morgana Freya. Make sure to go check out the Druid Queen. maker of all things. It's also a great day, y'all. It was like, again, raining all day yesterday. It's like 3 in the morning. They actually had a delayed opening today, but it worked out. Munchkin actually slept. That's, yeah. Moxie, it's more than 9 genetic changes from a chicken to make this. Oh. Hi, Munchkin. Hold on, Munchie. You want to go check out these dinos, Munchkin? I want to see where if they have the plushie making station. If she wants to make a dino. So they did in the advertisement, and I saw one kid with the kind of dinosaur that I saw advertised. Wanna go check out these, Munchie? You wanna go that way? Okay, we can go that way. Munch, let's go check out the dino. No. This way, Munch. Cliff, hit it. Lita, Cliff Auster McLean asked if we're in Holland. We can't go through, Munchie. You can look from here. She wants Apu. I want to see who this dinosaur is, Munchkin. I can't read the sign. I think it's Gallimimus being taken here. Yes, Dee, what we're learning here is if Jurassic Park had more tulips, we wouldn't have to, be more sensitive about wearing their merchandise, given the horrible events that happened there. Where are we going, Munchie? What dino do you want to go see? Oh, duh. Okay. Oh, Hogan says the reason Cliff asked if we're in Holland is because it's the only place with dinosaurs still. Well done, Hogan. Do you mind if I give you the thing for a second? I'm holding her hand. Okay.
Hey y'all, you have me again. We're just gonna meander. Munchkin wants hands, but she does not want Anya hands. She wants Apu hands. Okay, so you guys have me, so we're transitioning very abruptly from dinosaurs back to tulips, right? Okay, I was telling you guys last time I was here, half an hour ago, pre-Munchkin snacks, that tulips have 2 different ways of propagating themselves. They can clone themselves, essentially, make genetically identical copies of themselves, which is great for cultivation. You can see all of these lovely tulips kind of clustered together are probably all genetically identical, at least the ones that are, the same color, same petal shape, etc., etc. And then they can do sexual reproduction, which we think about often with flowering plants as well. Thindal, thank you so much for that sub. We really appreciate it. But the interesting thing about these two, I should go grab our stroller. The interesting thing about these 2 strategies, there's obviously benefits to each, right? Having genetically diverse offspring can be helpful. There are reasons that sexual reproduction has been so successful throughout evolution. But it's great to be able to just clone yourself if you don't happen to have a mate nearby, somebody to exchange pollen with, etc. But the cloning process, creating a new bud, or a new bulb rather, a genetically identical bulb, is very energetically costly. And so it seems that it's usually one or the other. The plant can either that season create a flower and produce, have the option of creating, swapping pollen. Sorry, y'all, I'm navigating through some crazy mud here. What's kind of following Balint? Anyway, so like I was saying, it's one or the other. They can either make a flower, plan on making seeds and genetically diverse offspring, or they can focus their energy on cloning themselves, but it's usually not both. Diatoms have a season to split or spread. Yeah. Oh, we have bubbles, y'all. Does anybody ever wonder why bubbles more often than not? Why bubbles more often than not are spherical, and why cells, for that matter, most cells, unless they have really good rigid structures to support a different shape, are spheres as well, because it's the most stable of structure. Yeah, bubble cart. And actually, biologists, or more specifically biophysicists, have learned a lot about cell membranes based on just how things like soap bubbles are able to maintain their shape and deform and reestablish there. I think that these are maybe more water than soap might be the problem why Balint is struggling. A sphere is the shape, least possible surface area. Yes, which is also why we think there is sort of a limit to the size that a single cell can be. If you guys have ever wondered why There's not a single bacterial cell the size of a oh, we just missed Munchkin making a bubble. If anybody's ever wondered why we don't have a single round bacterial cell the size of a human being, one of the limiting factors, one of the theories for that bubble is because at a certain point they don't have enough surface area to the interior volume. So there's just the chemistry that needs to happen in the cell for it to stay alive. It needs to be able to exchange and interact with the outside environment. From an engineering standpoint, corners are a stress point. This is why airplanes have round wings. Yeah, also very true. We do know that there are some cells that have more boxy shapes. I'm thinking specifically of a lot of plant cells, but that's not the only one. They have a lot of extra supportive structures, though, that a squishy bacterial cell doesn't have, for instance. If you're just counting on lipid membranes, which is what the outside of our cells are made of for the most part, if you're just counting on that, it's usually going to revert to the shape of a sphere. Yeah, plants are weird. This is true. See, we're talking about plants again. I don't know how that keeps happening. Y'all. I think this is Munchkin's first adventure with bubbles. Keep worrying about her eyes. Everything's okay. Ooh, look at those bubbles! Yeah. Yeah, Munchkin is a better bubble maker than Balint. Balint, how do you feel about that? I don't know if Balint's mic is on, but he says he has no problem with Munchkin surpassing him in things. A questionable German philosopher wrote a whole series of very thick books about bubbles. Interesting. There are some really interesting papers on bubbles. Like I said, biophysicists have spent a lot of time studying bubbles. Again, I mean soap bubbles, but bubbles of other sort of like biological materials. Because it gives us insight into how it is the cells function. Because it's easier if you can just rely on the nature of the material rather than internal structures, right? It's easier if whatever your cell membrane is made out of just naturally wants to take the shape that your body needs it to, as opposed to it being an active process of constantly having cytoskeletal structures, having all of these other things that are fighting with the natural shape that whatever the material is made of would already take. Okay. Remember doing frozen bubbles with my Girl Scouts probably about 10 years ago. We took advantage of deep winter freeze on a meeting night and planned a mini science night. Oh my gosh, frozen bubbles outside. See, I don't think it gets cold enough in Jersey, really, unless we get the this part of Jersey at least. Oh, she has soap in her hair, chat. Unless, every now and again the polar vortex shifts and we get a real cold snap, and then maybe we could. But up in New Hampshire at Dartmouth, we would have a week or two of just the most brutal cold weather. The highs were still in the negatives. And we never took advantage to do frozen bubbles. I always wanted to, and I feel like we really missed our opportunity. But maybe we'll field trip up there sometime. Check out some of the science labs up at Dartmouth. Munchkin's making friends. Reese's Cup also hi. Oh, look at those bubbles. Holy moly. We have a bubble professional over here, y'all. She'll be easy to clean. Well, I'm going to worry about the soap getting in her eyes, so we're going to have a very careful hair washing. I mean, not that we're usually reckless about it, but, she has the tearless shampoo and stuff. I'm sure that this is not tearless. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all, I'm going to hand you off to Balint so he can talk to you about dinosaurs. Oh, they have a plushie station.
There. She can make a dinosaur if she wants.
Okay. Well, do we want to do that this year, next year? What are you thinking?
I think right now.
She might be a little young for it.
We can do it. Y'all, what do you think? Should we let Munchkin make her own dinosaur today? What do you think, Chad? Should we let her make her own dinosaur? Absolutely. Can you eventually, yeah. I think she needs a dinosaur. That is a great question, Wombat. I have no idea. Probably too much. Munchie. Thank you, Wombat, for the biddies. Thank you very much. Hogan, gonna get shouted out for that, Hogan. GG's. Are you gonna de-extinct them? I'm gonna take people there. I think she's having fun. There's the dinosaur, the toothbrushing starts at 3, and it's in that building up there. So if we wanted to grab a seat in like 20 minutes, yeah, we can see if we can go build the dinosaur now. Yeah, let's go do it. Munchie, let's go build a dino. No, She's very into the, she very much enjoyed the bubbles. Wheels, you're cool. Bubble, really good thin dog. Bubble, not want, leave. Where's our fish? Thank you, Spikes. I think she's loving it, Mr. Brian. How are you doing today? We had some bubbles that she was having fun with a little bit ago. She's gotten to see the Triceratops. She liked the Gallimimuses. There's a lovely little tulip festival that they've got going on too. I'm right here, Munchie. Germs are, y'all, in case you wanted to. We're gonna go and make some, make a dinosaur, I guess. Gee, let's go check out the dino. And then we've got Lara Gale's favorite. Lara Gale, we will be brushing the T-Rex's teeth in just a little bit. The stroller here, little factory. Look, Munchkin, let's check out these dinos. We've got some kind of pterodactylid and a woolly mammoth. And are you gonna make a tops? What do you think, Munch? You look munchy. See, there's a tops and a T-Rex and a stegosaurus. Hi, Queen. She's not sure about it. Some neat stuff. We got some too. We'll check out some shirts for Munchkin. There's a dinosaur shirt, y'all. Guys, do go check out Queen Relish, Tiny World, Tiny Foods. She's deciding, y'all. She's not sure. She is sure that everyone should be following Queen Corn, y'all. She's thinking about it. Let's see, this is the pterosaur Tina that we saw. Oh, she's visiting because she keeps stealing the myosaur eggs. Needs a timeout. Piscivore, fish, squid, insects, high protein diet with lost eggs. What do you think, Reno? These are velociraptors in here, covered in blue feathers. It also has some funny notes. These two are always getting into trouble. They decided to break into their new water feed trim. Both got hurt. They have a hurt foot and a sprained wing. There's the Reno. Push these kind of hats for you. And a tail. The Dino Fest shirt. Come on, Munchie. Bring the stroller. I think she's still deciding, y'all, if the make your own dinosaur spot is scary. So I think Munch is gonna have us start heading over to the dinosaur toothbrushing. Just like the field dinosaurs over here too. Let's do another walkthrough maybe of these dinos, or do y'all want to go see the other ones? I guess we can go see the other ones too. I'll ask Lita. There's Munchers. Hi, Munch. Jessica? Yeah, yep. We're not going there. We're gonna go see the dinosaur teeth brushing in a minute. Yeah. Good job, Munchie. Yeah, so Corn, there is at 3 o'clock a dinosaur toothbrushing session where we go brush on the T-Rex teeth. Right, Munchie? Where's the brachiosaur? It's right there. No? Okay. Okay. This way, Munch. Munch, let's go see the ankylosaur. Where's the ankylosaur? Wait, Munchie. I like it too, Lara. It's very, being very on top of it. Come on, Munch, let's go check out that dinosaur. Tulip. Oda. She's pointing us towards the dinosaur. Hey, Rob Longdev, welcome in. Oda. Kazika. Okay. Hi. You want to say hi to the dinos? Wave hi, Munchie. Don't go anywhere. You stay here with Anya and Apple right now. Kazzy? Well, or the camera. Go. We got a good boy here. Boy, good boy, as Munchkin says. So again, it's tulips. And they use dinosaurs. One here. We've got a Spinosaurus off in the distance. I know, Rob, right? Like, I don't. And Rob, it's not just that. They are actually good models, like, based on what the scientific literature is. Like, there's feathers on the ones that are meant to have feathers, right? Like, it's actually, like, pretty clever done. Like, we've got some Utah raptors over here, and they even have, like, hi, Munchie. No. Teeth brushing dinosaurs they have before we leave today. Come on, Munchie, let's go see some T-Rex dancing. Oda, check Oda. Oda, we saving, Munchie, we saving. I don't know if it's a touring exhibit, Scully. I have no idea, like, why this is here. I truly hope that it is just the farmers decided that they commissioned a bunch of animatronic dinosaurs that they put away for most of the year, and it's here for 1 month. Yeah, no, but I like the idea of it. Like, why, right? Like, yeah, take the stroller. Dinosaur. Yeah. Seen this advertised. I was like, well, I thought Munchkin would really enjoy this, either like this weekend or really cut it close with Buster Brown. Buster decided to stay put, so yeah, Rob, we were saying that the terrible things that happened in that park would not have happened had they just had some more tulips. Reno checking out the T-Rex. Come on, Munchie. You can also carry it's right over there. Say thank you, Munchkin. Look at that, Munchkin. You got a raptor. It's very cool, Munchkin. Hey, Queen Florida. Mods, if y'all can shout out Ashley and then her alt channel, Ashley_Florida, spelled out, please. Ashley, how's Lucy doing? I hope Lucy is doing well. Here we go. There's a back look at the dinosaurs we've seen so far. We're now going to the toothbrushing. Please follow Queen Florida. Ma'am, I hope that she had a rough night. We're going to rest together today. Ashley. I hope she feels better soon. Ashley's puppers is sick, so we're sending positive vibes, y'all. Would you mind holding the camera and I'll take her? Or we can switch back. Fine. See it. Hapso said there's some. She's holding that little raptor, her little dinosaur. She's not eating.
We're just for the dinosaur to come out. I'm back. Dino, yeah, Munchkin knows the dinosaur's coming. So you guys know that, well, if you've hung out with us before, we've we've gone to look at the hadrosaur, which is the Jersey state dinosaur. So there are dinosaur fossils. In fact, there's been some academic dinosaur fights over fossils found in New Jersey, which is interesting. But there's also a big region of the area that has fossil beds that were marine. We've gone to Big Brook to look for late Cretaceous fossils, and that's one of the things that New Jersey, and especially this area because we're up in the north, is better. Obviously, we haven't really seen any marine reptiles represented here. Not really that shocked. I think any T-Rex fossils have been found.
I don't think so.
Certainly no famous ones, but I'm really struggling to think. I'll have to fact check that, but I don't believe that there have been. But there have been other notable dinosaur fossil finds, like land dinosaurs. Like I said, the hadrosaur being one of the most notable. And I think the Drexel Museum, Natural History Museum, has a big hadrosaur skeleton that is going to be coming back on display in a couple of months that we're going to go see. They invited us to that unveiling, which would be really good. Oh, and here we go, y'all. I'm going to turn my mic back off and hand you back to Balint.
You guys have been having a good day today. I know we sure have been. And we are going to have an even, because as I'm sure you all are aware, we are about to brush some T-Rex teeth. If you like T-Rex, can I hear you say what? So sure that our little green chain right here, okay? Patients only get to eat. But yet, you guys, and that's not safe for anybody. So there, don't want to break that streak. If that's gonna get too into goodbye to you guys. See us shows from today. Sure you come and see the dinosaurs on a big day when we're outside. Thank you guys so much, Spiegel. Wrong. What is your carnivore? Your favorite meat eater? Yell it out. T-Rex is gonna be really happy. She's proud because she like she's a T and sleeping. Will take the hard to get her.
I know.
Today, need to brush her. Now, see every hand in this room. Okay, important dinosaurs to brush their teeth. Can you open these teeth? You guys help me with today. I need help with that. Well, Miss Marble's here. Aid of the toothbrush. Can everybody say, to make her feel more confident, cool for school, and won't do anything for she thinks she's super duper brave until she sees the toothbrush. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hide it behind my back. Can everybody distract her? Funny face. Special rule. We're getting the jumbo brush today. What? Everybody say, secret weapon. Now you might be wondering to yourself, what the hell? How did you?
What do you think, Munchkin?
Y'all, Munchkin enjoyed that so much. That was, I hope we got some of her bopping around in her little stroller. That was the funniest thing. I was crying. I was laughing so much. So while we were watching dinosaur teeth brushing, I was looking up to see if other farms have this, and it does seem like this is something that rotates. It's called Dino Refuge, and they do tour through the U.S. It seems like it's mostly the Eastern and a little bit Midwest, but we could post that if anybody, they have a number of farms that they work with, so if anybody wants to see if there's one in their area, we can post it so you guys can check it out.
Wombat, thank you for those biddies as well.
But okay, so that was ridiculous.
In the best of ways.
I hope we all enjoyed it, but it did make me think of an interesting story of how animals' teeth are actually cared for, and I don't mean like your dog and cat domestic animals. I know the San Diego Zoo is kind of leading edge on a lot of behavioral interactions with their animals, so getting their animals to participate actively in their own care, so it's a little less stressful for them and safer for the animal care specialists. And there was a story about one of the dinosaurs. So dinosaurs' teeth, not dinosaurs, gosh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I have dinos on the brain. Elephants, good heavens. Elephants' teeth come in and out, they wear, and a new one pops in. Not quite like a shark, but they have more teeth than us humans have, where, we have baby teeth and adult teeth, and you get what you get. They have more that rotate in. And there was a case where one of the teeth in one of the elephants seemed to be stuck. So normally a new one grows in, and it's kind of like ours. It just pushes out the old one that's worn down. But that wasn't happening, and it was causing the new tooth to grow in at a funny angle, and eventually it was going to be a real problem. So the care specialist decided they had to do something, right, to get this tooth out, and they didn't want to sedate this animal and do some kind of dental surgery if they didn't have to. So they took about a month to teach her to rest her tusks on this one area of the fencing. And they had a special tooth wiggler that the engineering staff came up with. And they spent, after they taught her to just rest her head and that she would get snacks if she rested her head with her mouth open, and they'd stick this tooth wiggler, and it took about, I think they said 6 weeks, something like that. And finally the tooth was loose enough that she just reached in with her tusk, pulled it out, threw it on the ground, and then looked back at them and opened her mouth for more snacks. So it was really effective as far as animal care goes, and the tooth got out. But normally you do not, wild animals, dinosaurs aside,
Where are you going, Reno?
That all happened with the animal care specialist being on the other side of a protective barrier. So it's really interesting that they were able to do that, and that they were able to get this particular elephant to be so agreeable to her tooth wiggling. Anyway, I know we're talking about elephants and not dinosaurs, but it brought that to mind. Munchkin's trying to break out, so I'm going to let her go sit in this chair here and give you guys back to Balint.
Should I do one final walkthrough maybe of all the dinos, and then we rate out, and then we just show Munchkin whatever Munchkin wants to look at? Yeah, you can. I know it's cash only. They're made. Are they? Okay. Oh yeah, I guess some of them are. If you wanted, here's a card. We'll take a walkthrough of the dinosaurs, and then I think we'll probably rate out there and have her pick out some cool stuff to go check out. We've got the T-Rex. Again, what we were mentioning earlier is about the feathered states. There's a lot of evidence now to show that there is dino making Unitato, but Munchkin was nervous about the room. She was either going to be like, well, this is great. So she was kind of going back and forth and interested in the room, but not quite sure if she actually wanted to go into the room. The dinosaur, there's actually really, have a good one, Glued. Thank you, Glued. There's evidence also that the diets of the baby T-Rex and younger tyrannosaurs were different than the adult stage, which in hindsight makes sense, but there's been archaeological, paleontological evidence found where the dinosaurs actually that were found had inside their stomachs, and it's shown that their diet is very different from the adult versus the youth stage. Hi, Turgus. Mr. Goose, how you doing? Do you want to take y'all over to the entrance, because we haven't shown y'all that dino yet? Jay, I love the fact that we've actually had several people comment on the dire wolfism of this park, and how much dinosaurs are they really? Let's go over and check out the original ones. And hello, Melemony as well. Turgus, thank you for the streakage. You can buy them. These are the velociraptors that they've got on display here, and feathered too. So late Cretaceous. This is right at the entrance. Take a nap, enjoy, Mr. Goose. There we go. The velociraptors. Again, check out their arms. Feathered nature of it. They are not working for Amazon. Actually, Mel, what's really cool, Lita found that it's a traveling exhibit that mostly hits up farms. It's only here for a month. I was really hoping it was like this farm's like particular thing. Thank you, Queen Supreme. I agree. So the tulips you can buy, like there's a tulip. I don't know if you can buy bulbs. Imagine you probably can, but it's like their special tulip season. Salmon Kissosaurus. Tiptoe through, do a walk of the fields, show you all the dinosaurs, see what Munchkin's up to. But yeah, they even have a dinosaur making. Jay, they've got a dinosaur making section. You can make your own dino plushie. Munchkin is not sure. She went back and forth in and out of the room and was just not sure about it. Oh yeah, the Deinonychus. Again, really cool. So Deinonychus for the terrible claw, but we've also got the really cool feathers. The feather modeling on it is still here. I think so, Corn. Corn, only half of me thinks that it would be extremely funny to just like go into full panic. The other part of me says significantly to not do. I still think it's funny. And then here's two more Deinonychus. Be a great clip, and then when we get thrown out, it's trying to be like, where is my husband? Munchie was very excited to see the Spinosaurus, y'all, when we came in. So her favorite one actually today was, I think, the Ankylosaurus. When we first came in, the start of the stream, so she came in and she saw this Spinosaurus and she ran over here. And then from this angle right here, here. We actually skipped the Parasaurolophus. She ran right over to the Ankylosaurus. That's true, Hogan. A wombat, that would have been a good kill, yeah. Brax, this is in New Jersey. A Dirty Truth Munchkin has been absolutely loving this. That was our aquatic dinosaur. Dinosaur here. Fin thing. Probably some kind of temperature distribution, I would guess. But and also, I guess, directionality. So actually, Corn, there is one thing in the new Jurassic Park trailer that's pretty accurate, which is there's their swimming behavior. So they were swimming and they could direct with the dorsal fin. Quetzalosaur, not a dinosaur. It's actually named. This one's naming is actually pretty cool. So it's called like Quetzalcoatlus, and it's named after a Mesoamerican serpent god. Hope y'all have been enjoying the Dino Day. As an aside, thank y'all for joining us. Very, very different type of stream. I can't imagine that, this is pretty standard for you to see on Twitch, but y'all enjoy. No, that is not a dinosaur. Pterodactyls are reptilian reptiles. Nope, not a bird. Birds are dinosaurs. The pterodactyl lineage is not related to anything that exists today. Hello, Tactical Utah Cornelius, formerly Humbler John. Thermoregulation, yep, form of sailing the water, yep. Yes, indeed, Hogan, for that one. Anyway, there's our Parasaurolophus. Also found around aquatic sources as well. Yes, Jotted aquatic. I believe so anyway. Jaded, it's been a while since I've seen Land Before Time. I also didn't see the Pachycephalosaurus, so let's go check them out too. Which one, Didi? I think there's 10 or 11 of them. These guys here. Turned out to be a perfect day for this, y'all, like with the lighting and the weather. Had all of them. Are they still making them, Jaded? For the T-Rexes? Yeah, the T-Rexes are at least over yonder. You got trapped on the island? See, I don't even remember. I remember, I think, Didi, the second one with the baby T-Rex, because I'm a sucker for T-Rex. And then, gosh, I know I saw the one afterwards, but I can't even remember it. Chomper, yes. Chomper? One of them. They did a really nice job with the animatronics on this one's a Stigmalock for this one. Hi, Lady Lara Croft. Welcome in. You did as well. Scully, it's because we both are requiring churro. I think that one is the Fred Flintstone one over there. Mrs. Spites. Definitely not that one. 2016. Yeah, I've missed out on some. I'm not sure, Jaded, which one to show Munchkin when she's ready for stuff like this, but it's definitely not the first one. I don't need to go through that emotional trauma again. Parasaurolophus. Lady Lara Croft, this is like central New Jersey. It is a traveling exhibit. It's the best one, but I'm never watching it again. Got the Ankylosaur. Got one more. Carnotaurus. Yes, Arrowhead. Yep. Lady Lara Croft, I was really hoping that the story of this is just like, for their Tulip festival, the owners just really loves dinosaurs, and they like invested and made all these, but no, it's a traveling thing. It actually does, there's a lot of farming, or not, a lot of farms that actually participate in this. It's like it's a traveling exhibit, and they hit up a lot of farms, which again, I think is really cool. Primarily East Coast. There's the Ankylosaur. Y'all saw the T-Rex teeth brushing session, so if y'all missed that, definitely check out the VOD. That was Munchkin's favorite. I would have loved that, Lady Lara. It's just like a dude and he had all these commissions. Thank you, Lara. Lara will have to make some kind of highlight of it and like play over the brush part of the song. There's the Ankylosaur. Then Munchkin's last two, other one that she likes was over here. We'll check that out. Let's see what they represent. Well, Didi. So Didi builds April and May theme for Whack-A Wednesday. And June, Didi is Fantastic Four themed, but then July we're doing Jurassic Park themed Whack-A Wednesday. And I have ideas already brewing. One of them is the sexy Ian Malcolm pose with his shirt open. Yeah, that'll be Kevin. For all the wrong reasons, I think that'd be really funny to make Kevin as sexy Ian Malcolm. I hope you're having as well, where everyone is. Thank you all again for joining us today. Carnotaurus. I really like what they did with all the colors. It's been really cool to see. Yeah, exactly. Didi, I feel like these aren't just like the models from like 30 years ago, because you would never have had these colors either. There is some thinking that dinosaurs did have flashy colors. Now we've got some skin imprints that really highlight that, but it's not like a lot of these modern exhibits like don't actually highlight the modern discoveries. And so it's kind of cool they do have some of these more modern takes. So Duke, there has been some genetic engineering done on these animals. So they've been made to be more tolerant of people. They need less habitat to be happy. They're also pretty safe in their handlers, but it does say like on the sign down here, do not touch the dinosaurs. So you want them to, stay safe. Hello, Derek. Derek, is that a knee beats emote? Derek, if that's a knee beats emote, then you are very, very welcome here. Yeah, for those who are new here, welcome on in. My name is Balint. I'm 1/3 of the stream. The dino is not one of the other 2/3. Not exactly. The other 2/3 are my wife, Lita, and our daughter, baby Alona, aka the Munchkin. We're also due for our son this coming week, actually. So we're going to be 1/4 very soon. Lita and I are both research scientists, our PhDs in molecular biology, and we do science content here on Twitch every heckin' day of the week. Today we're IRLing out at a farm of all places that is having a big tulip festival / dinosaurs. Great to have y'all here. Welcome on in. Like I don't feel this dinosaur. I mean, I do like that. There's a couple more dinosaurs that we'll show y'all. Got the Gallimimus over there and some stegosaurids. There's the Gallimimus. Yeah, Laura, there's about, we said 30 different dinosaurs they've got. Thank you, Derek. Save the congrats until until after the birth. Make sure everything's okay. Dacum, she is having a snack. We're gonna go over to her now, but she needed a snack, so we got her some snackage. Did she eat? No. She did. Dacum, you missed. We saw the T-Rex getting his teeth brushed. There's also a make a plushie dinosaur gift shop item, but she was she couldn't decide if she wanted to go into the that part of the store, like if she was really nervous or if she was comfortable being there. Alita said they're eating over here, so we'll go on over. Yeah, presenter was really high. There's a bunch of stuff in the Discord. Lara Gale always does screenshots and clips. Got another look at the brachiosaur exhibit. Like I have also been really like, I think they did a great job. And Dacum, a lot of these, there were some raptors and Deinonychus, and they are all feathered. So you're taking into account like modern biology when looking at these, which I think is really important, and also just really exciting that there's this level of like awareness of making sure that you're doing, like, again, as accurate to the science as you can do. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. See, that would be clever, Dee. I would like the fact if there was that, like an orchard farm next. That would be super cool. There's the T-Rex and the Triceratops. I'll take y'all over now to find Chirino, see what they're up to. So with that, y'all in this direction. I'm going to try to find us where we're going to be going. Figure we'll raid out, then we'll have some fun, just the three of us. All right, Munchers, can you say bye to everyone, Munchie? Say bye. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow, assuming that there's no Baba. Keep your eyes peeled on the Discord to make sure that, you'll know if there's a new Munchkin here or not. Otherwise, we'll be live Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week, and then Buster Brown is popping out. Guys, thank y'all for joining us at the Dino Park today. Thank y'all for the raids. Dino, yeah. Thank y'all for keeping us safe, happy, and healthy, mods. We're going to go over to a lovely friendo by the name of Queen Cricket. Guys, let's see, exclamation point raid for the raid calls. There we go. There's the raid message if you are subscribed. If you're following but not subscribed, have no fear. There's a second raid message right on here. Apu's right here. And we're going to go look at some dinos together, okay? Here's a second raid message. Hold on. There we go. Look at that. All right, y'all. Thank y'all again for hanging with us. I'll tell you a quick final look at the dinosaurs as we raid on out. And folks, have a great evening, a great time zone, wherever y'all may be. Go show Cricket some love, okay?